I'ma make a way either way. I'm gonna eat. I'm so up right now. I cannot feel my feet.
So we're here with Bvnny V, Michigan recording artist. Ben, start with telling us a little bit about yourself.
Been making music for about 7 years. Started when I was like 14. Just about some personal stuff. Just did it as a hobby. Friends told me to throw it on the IG. Did. Started getting views. Now I started making full songs. And here I am.
So where are you from?
I was actually born in Flint, which is crazy because that's what's booming right now. I grew up there until I was like 13. And then I came out here. I'd actually been all around though, but yeah.
So when did you start making music, like just any sort of music?
Yeah, when I was 14, really, I would write, but it was like personal. Like I would sing a lot, but writing my own stuff didn't start until I was 14, and I don't think I ever posted nothing until I was 16.
So when did you really start taking music seriously?
When I was 17, bro, it started. I don't know, man. I got a little bit of clout, and I felt like I was like hot shit. But it was really only like 10K on a video, and like that's when I was like, I could really do this, you know. But because I feel like I do something different than everybody else, you know. Like I really sing a lot, and a lot of people just be like rapping.
So let's describe your style a little bit. Like, who are some of your influences?
When I first started, definitely like Khalid, Russ, and like Juice WRLD. But now, damn, who would it be now? I like Lil Baby a lot and Polo G a lot, and like they inspire me in the sense of kind of like Polo G, like he talks about real stuff, like with a trap beat and like a melodic flow. You know what I mean? Like he's combining 3 different things and making it work. So like I feel like that's what I really look up to now. Just like he keeps it real, talks about what he's been through and what he wants to do with his life, and it's a hard beat and his voice sounds good on it.
So let's talk about your older music. Like, what was the first song that really popped for you?
Definitely Changed. That hit 10K, and it was like crazy, bro. Like I remember I wrote it about this girl because I was moving to Pennsylvania when I turned 18, and like we had a good thing going, and it just like caught fire. Like it was like I dropped it on my birthday because I was leaving right after, and it was like my birthday's in June, so like it's the summer, you know what I'm saying? It was like a summer love song, and like I think that was the first time I really put together like a hook, you know what I mean? Like a hook and 2 solid verses that all were about the same thing, and like everybody just kind of messed with it.
And then let's talk about your biggest song. Which was that?
That's If I Die Tonight.
And what type of numbers was that doing?
I think it just passed 300K. Yeah, not yet. Like last week it hit like, or like 2 weeks ago it hit like 300K. Now it's at like 315.
So what made you take a break from music? Like, what stopped all that? Because you had a pretty good run going.
Yeah, it's mainly like 2 things. Like, so I was working with Ethan and Caleb a lot, and like it's like Ethan and Caleb Daniels is their music names, and we weren't a group, but we only did stuff with each other. You know what I mean? Like it was all individualism, but like if I needed like a hook or I needed a verse, he would come through. Like one of them would, or both of them. And so we were really just doing numbers together, doing all of our shows together. We were basically living together, and so stuff went on with Caleb. And that's kind of like one of the reasons it just didn't feel the same, you know, like doing something without somebody that like is your brother, you know, that like you started off with, like blowing up with. And then the other reason I feel like is because I started writing stuff for the views. And like when I first started off, like I said, it was just like a way of expressing how I felt. And what I really enjoyed about me like blowing up, like getting numbers, was that everybody was saying they loved it because they could relate to it. And like it was kind of cool being that person that everybody looked up to, and then they would realize like, oh, he's still human, like he still goes through all these problems that I go through too, you know.
For a while, and let's shine some light on your party freestyles. I feel like those made their rounds on social media, especially locally. Like, what were those times like?
They were wild. Like, I feel like what it really is that go off kind of like energy. You know what I mean? Like in all forms of when like either I'm writing a song or I'm freestyling, and it's like I like performing for people. Like I like getting the crowd hype. Usually I'll go in. I'm not going cap. I'm gonna be 100 with you. I know when I would pull up to parties I was gonna have to freestyle. Somebody's gonna ask, so I'll go in ready with like 4 lines that I never said before, right? But after them 4 lines, I would then go like freestyle. But I just had to like be able to catch the flow and kind of like, cause I still get nervous when I do it. But like once you say the first 4 lines and you're on beat and everything's smooth, then you're just like, all right, let me start teeing up. Let me start teeing up. Yeah, most definitely.
Because I remember the one, it was at SVSU, and it was like you, Monty, and a bunch of randoms.
Oh yeah,
that shit was legendary. Y'all freestyle for like 30 minutes outside.
Bro, I was just kind of annoyed because other people were trying to hop in, and like people who don't rap and think they can.
Yeah, and then
like, I was like, bro,
you and bro were going back and forth, like
yeah. When I freestyle, like usually it's good. But I mean, like, I was setting up, hitting punchlines. It was metaphor. That E&J, it does something to your soul, bro. It do something to your soul. My boys put me on and I ain't been off since.
They put the white man on the E&J.
Yeah, that's a different breed.
So, let's talk about your upbringing. So, how was that?
I grew up on, like, the south side of Flint. So it was like a little hard, I'd say, because like I didn't go to like Grand Blanc or nothing until like the 7th grade. So I went to like a charter school. Like I never got school of choice. My dad and I lived with my grandpa because he didn't have a lot of money. So my grandpa did though. So like we grew up all together. My dad was really like my best friend. He got me into singing actually, which is crazy because he used to sing. And then like a couple times we had people try and break in, which was crazy. And like somebody tried to kidnap me once. That was crazy. And then when I was 12 going on 13, it was like May 24th, my dad passed away. So then that's when I moved in with my mom.
So when did you move to Saginaw? What brought you here?
So actually once I moved in with my mom, like my dad got me into basketball and he was really good and I wanted to get good. But like, cause we would sit out in the yard. Like he would sit in the yard and just watch me play for hours. And when I moved in with my mom, I knew her, but I only saw her like every other weekend, and like she just wasn't around a lot at that time. And so our backyard would lead to the fairgrounds. And oh my bad, our backyard would lead to the fairgrounds. So I'd have to do my chores in the morning, and then I'd just go hoop and be home by night. And after my freshman year, I got pulled up on varsity up in Caro, and I wanted to hoop and like try and play in college, but you're not gonna get noticed there. So I came to Saginaw. I went to Heritage. Yeah.
Because I believe that's where we met, because we were in the same grade.
Yep, I was there for only a year.
Yeah, I remember you just disappeared like nothing.
Yep, disappeared and came back blown up.
So let's talk about your basketball a little bit, because you have some accolades actually.
Yeah. Sounds slight. Let's see. Yeah, sophomore year played at Heritage, got benched. Bro, honest to God, I just was scared. Like, you go from playing where there's like 100 people in the stands max to you walk down into an arena. Like, I went to Saginaw, had my first game at Heritage. I'm looking up in the stands. I'm like, who is Green? Like, they got his jersey hanging. They're like, that's Draymond. I'm like, hold up, you mean to tell me Draymond Green? Who? And we're playing against his old team. Like, that shit was wild. But yeah, transferred to SASA. That's when I really started going off. So junior year, I was ineligible. I only got to play half the season, but I still led the league in points, and I was second in like rebounds and assists. And then senior year, I was averaging like 20, and had some like crazy moments. What was it? Third team All State, and then I committed as a walk-on to Schoolcraft down in Livonia.
Okay, so I've heard some even go as far to say you're the coldest white hooper in Saginaw. Can you speak any truth behind this?
Hey, look, I actually got a funny story for you about Boom. I don't know if Boom will remember this. I remember this though because I learned about who he was after. I just moved to Saginaw, right? We was hooping up at the cages, and look, bro, I was just coming out mid-court, And Boom was trying to like half court trap me, bro. Low key crossed him. I did, like low key. But yeah, I'm definitely the coldest white hooper in Saginaw. I'm actually about to start a YouTube channel for that.
Really?
Yeah.
So what's your idea for that? When's that coming out? When can we expect that?
Me and 4 of my good friends, we're just gonna go pull up the parks running fives, and I'm gonna proclaim myself as the best white hooper, and I'm gonna give everybody buckets. It's as simple as that.
So after high school, is that when you really started taking music serious? Cause
yeah, no, most definitely. Once I got injured, I was like depressed for a little bit because I got injured when I went down to Schoolcraft, and then honestly we just kind of quit talking, like the school and I, because like I still had yet to sign the papers and everything to make it official that I was like going to school there for basketball, or like whatever that process is, and is that gonna affect them talking? Not?
I don't think so.
Okay, but yeah, so basically I was like depressed a little bit, and then that's kind of I think when I just linked up with Ethan and Caleb, and we just started banger.
So in life, what is some advice you can give to people who just want to start something, just their follow dreams, or
just don't lose your passion. Like don't get lost in like the popularity. Don't get lost in like the fame or the views, because it's like, to be honest, like if we're looking at it in the end goal, I was nowhere. You know what I mean? Like yeah, I had some views. Yeah, I was growing, but like to where I wanted to be, that's nothing compared to it. You know what I'm saying? Even like that 300,000 now, like I want a video with 300 million. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to do some crazy ass shit, but I got lost in that and I lost all the momentum. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta do it because you want to and because you love it, not because you feel like it's a job or because like you want it to be a job. You know what I'm saying? It's just a hobby until it happens.
So what are some of your goals for the next year?
Get back on track. 2022, I'm dropping a song every week. Probably 2 music videos a month, hopefully, if the budget works with it. If I can shoot my own videos too, that'd be cool. But definitely that. I want to put out this album, and I want to start performing again. And I just want to progress in all aspects, though. I mean, but that's just music. You know what I mean? So that's about it, though, for that.
So what are your goals for the next 5 years in that same regard?
Either hopefully sign with a label or have a big enough following and go independent. But like I'd like to have out shit in 5 years, probably 3 albums and like 4 EPs / like, you know what I mean, little projects, stuff like that, demos. I'd like to do a show somewhere big, like 5,000 plus people, maybe open for somebody. That'd be pretty cool. And just have like a good solid foundation of people, you know what I'm saying? Like just a solid group, like management, engineering, producing, you know what I mean?
So what do you feel separates yourself from other artists, like around the area, just in the state in general?
I think one, my voice, like, just like, I don't know, I feel like I've gotten down the whole rap flow while singing, you know what I mean? And like I don't see a lot of people doing that. Just my type of music in general, like R&B, I don't really see nobody doing that around here. And like the cool thing is like I've worked with some artists that like do like the Detroit beats or like the Flint beats, you know what I'm saying? Like that type is just nonstop rap basically. And like I've been able to work with them just because like I feel like I'm versatile enough to where I can flow on one of those types of beats for a hook, you know, and then they just take over for the verse.
So, if you could do a show anywhere, like, what is your dream show? Where do you want to perform?
In Cali, Coachella, for sure. That should be dope. There's so many artists there, too, you know? And it's not even, like...
strictly one genre. It's, like, all the biggest artists in the world.
Well, and it's not even just all the biggest artists, too. Like, there's plenty of names on there I don't recognize every year. But, I mean, it's got mainstream people, too.
I feel like there's a lot of really good festivals around the U.S. Like, there's South by Southwest in Texas.
I did one down in... Coldwater. It's like an up and coming type of deal, and they had like 2,000 people. It was like their 3rd year doing it. They only do it in the summer. It's like every 2 weeks.
So what's your dream collab? Like if you could work with just a handful of artists, any artist, alive or dead, who would it be? You can pick 3.
Polo G, X, and man, you probably don't know who this is, but his name is Krush. Bro, fire. He's like, dude's so dope and different. I'll have to show you him later. But fire. He's one of my inspirations, but nobody knows who that man is, bro.
So, continuing that, who are like your biggest musical, like, just like, who do you listen to on a daily basis? Your top 5 artists.
Polo G, P&B Rock. That's not a lot of people expect that one from me, to be honest. P&B Rock for sure. Krush. 2 more. I guess G-Eazy. Like, when my phone's on shuffle, he plays a lot. But my friends really put his music in my phone. Like, I don't really mess with him like that, to be quite honest. And then definitely Juice.
So you had any hidden talents besides music or basketball?
Yeah, bro. I'm a COD god. Like, bro. Smack anybody on that game. Not Warzone. Just like Cold War and shit. No Warzone, though. I suck at that shit.
So, were video games a big part of your childhood? Is that like something you've been doing?
Bro, no. My dad would not let me play the game. 30 minutes a day. And it wasn't allowed to be online. It was only campaigns. So like, bro, oh, that shit sucked. And then like, I feel like then when I moved with my mom, she didn't care. And that's when I was like, I'm finna play the fuck out of these games now that I can, you know? On the mic, talking crazy, all types. Like, yeah, I just got better over time, really.
So, a main topic in your music is love and your love life. So, how's your love life right now?
Smooth. Got a good relationship going. It's kind of funny though, because like in the beginning, I didn't want a relationship, but she did, you know? And it kind of took a couple of tries, but now it's all set in stone. So I feel like that's another reason I'll really be making music, bro. All my songs for majority of the part were like sad songs.
Like a heartbreak.
Yeah.
Just like.
And so kind of like Juice, like once he got in a good relationship, everybody's like, where's the sad songs at, you know? So like, I don't know, man. This is like the first stable type shit. Like, she put me on a leash.
So, explain your SoundCloud bio, because you proudly display some lost friends, and just explain the meaning behind that.
It says RIP T-Mac, RIP Ski. Basically what happened with T-Mac was we were like good friends. Like, we became really good friends in a short amount of time. It was crazy. And it was like, we had a Gus Macker coming up, something like that, 3v3. Text me one night, he's like, yeah, I just got done hooping, like, we're ready, we're teed up, because he was up in Cass City, and I was in Saginaw, and it started raining, and he got like a flat on the side of the highway, and my friend was driving the car, and he got out to fix it, and there was like a drunk driver in a truck on the highway going like 65, and just hit him, and he passed. And then with Ski was like same thing. Like, we were always friends, but we became real close at the end, like right before he passed. And he was one of those people that was like, he was into drugs, but he would work hard. Like he would go leave for a job site for 6 months and come back with like a lot of money. And then, but you know, he just like smoking weed, doing acid, you know, all that type of shit. But he wanted to save up money to get an apartment out at LA, and he did. Moved out there. I don't know how much I can say of it, but basically, he OD'd, and so did a couple other people. I think it was either one or more people, and they just didn't have like the Narcan or whatever it's called, and he passed away. But it's a damn shame.
So, how much do you have in the vault?
Recently, 10 to 15, and then overall though, probably like 80 or 90. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we recorded a long time ago that just never got posted.
So, if you had to put someone onto your music, what song would you pick? Like, what is your personal favorite?
It's called Alone. Nobody knows about it. never promoted it. It was kind of like when I was transitioning from doing music all the time to just ghosting. Like, I just dropped it out of nowhere, didn't tell nobody about it. I think I maybe threw it on my Snapchat story, but I didn't even like put like Coldest and like type shit. It's my best song though. I swear to God it is.
So, would you consider yourself a singer, a rapper, or just a general artist?
General artist for sure. Like, I feel like I don't rap enough, but I just like the R&B flow. Like, I don't know, man. That's just, you know what I mean? I like being able to go with the beat type shit, not trying to be on top of the beat.
I feel like your music's always had a good vibe. Like, even since like we first met and I first heard you music, you just always had like good vibes around it. Like, it's shit you can kind of listen to any time, but like,
yeah,
it's shit that'll speak to you at the right time as well.
Yeah, no, most definitely. Like, somebody recently that I've listened to a lot is Pink Sweats. It's like, he uses like an upbeat song, but puts like, I mean, that can be sad lyrics, but just because upbeat, same thing with Juice, it's still a vibe, you know? So that's kind of what I like. But I mean, sometimes I would just be doing some sad ass shit.
So as we kind of get to the end here, any shout outs?
Shit. Shout out Ethan, Caleb, Cody, and Doug, and yeah, I don't know.
So, a couple more questions before we wrap up.
For sure.
What's your favorite spot to eat around here?
Bro, Papa John's, fire. Papa John's is fire. I don't give a fuck when nobody says, bro, Papa John's is the best pizza. Bro, yes it is. Quit playing with me. I'm not finna debate this with you, bro. Papa John's is fire. It's fresh and it's not greasy. Fire.
So, what do you do in your free time when you're not doing music, when you're not working?
Beat my dick. No, I'm bullshitting. Nah, I work a lot. Well, I ain't been working a lot lately because I can't even say fuck my job, but fuck my job. Play the game. Just be chilling with my girl.
Any closing statements? Anything you gotta let the people know? Anything you gotta get off your chest?
Look for our album coming out soon. It's gonna be called The Return. I'm not even gonna put King in front of it, but next album it will be The King.
Yeah. Feel like Paul Walker, I just crashed another whip. Drizzle 2 times, I just bagged another bitch. Hate the semi-auto, so I had to grab the switch. I'm addicted to the quality, man, my uncle get a